This is pretty epic. Good morning. We just drove 2 hours from Ho Chi Minh City because today we're touring the Mekong Delta.
The tour guide told us we were going to be trying a lot of different local foods, like the ways that they eat coconuts, maybe
A bunch of different fruits. He said maybe up to 5.
some rat, and maybe even a coconut worm. So we'll see. The weather here, though, you can see is not the greatest. We brought our ponchos, so hopefully that wards off the rain. But I feel like it gives the proper Delta experience. Should be a good day. The tour starts out with a fresh coconut. I found it interesting the coconuts in Vietnam here are like a brown color versus
They're super green.
in Thailand. So he said the color is not whether it's like ripe or better or different. It's a different type.
And they tell that it's ripe by the weight of it. A bit like fruit or like floral. Definitely more flavor in these ones versus like just the refreshingness of the ones in Thailand.
Our first stop is to Coconut Island, where they grow all the coconuts, tons of coconuts.
And also the rats, which are in the fields, and the coconut worms. But I think here they're going to show us a lot of things that they eat and make with the coconuts, so that should be exciting.
Our poncho theory did not work today.
It's coming down a little hard right now.
We believe that if you're holding a poncho or you're holding a rain cover, it's not going to rain.
It's so far worked on our entire trip.
We've even dodged some little bits of rain, but today it didn't work. Our tour just made a little stop, picked up some other jackets for other people, but we were prepared, so. I know you think it's a witch, but this is Sierra in front of me. We have our traditional hats, and we are making our way down one of the smaller rivers here in the Mekong Delta to go to Coconut Island.
It is super cool.
Even though it's wet, we're still enjoying ourselves.
Ah!
We came prepared. We have been told to keep our fingers within the boat because if we leave them out, they look like food to the crocodiles. I'm curious to see if we actually see a crocodile, though.
We had to give the coconut hats back, and both of us had our hoods down while we had them on. So when we went to put up our hoods, we dumped so much water down these ponchos.
And we're using our clothes underneath to dry the camera lens, so now it's all wet. So at our first stop here, we have 5 different fruits.
Jackfruit, papaya, red dragon fruit, watermelon, and then white guava.
We've tried the fruit in Thailand before, and we did it in the wrong order. I think we're gonna try the white guava first,
Yes.
and then see what happens.
Oh, lots of seeds. Just like in Thailand, this one's not my favorite.
It's kind of sour and like an apple.
Tastes medicinal to me. Next is watermelon, which we've had a lot, but this time we're gonna try it with the chili salt.
So salty. And they're about to play some music, so.
We'll voice over the rest. Our next fruit was jackfruit, and this was actually one of our favorites that we tried. Probably my favorite out of all the fruits. It tasted really floral, which I thought was really interesting.
Next up, we tried some papaya. I'm a big fan of this when it's the perfect ripeness, but Sierra was not loving it at all.
For our final fruit, we had some red dragon fruit, which trying it, I wasn't the biggest fan of just because it had literally no flavor. Tanner really likes dragon fruit, so he thought it was pretty good.
They were also showcasing how chocolate was made, from the bean to the roasting to the grinding all the way to the bar.
They have bean to bar chocolate here, and they had a bunch of flavors, and we went with chocolate salt for 50,000. and it is so good. And I love chocolate, so I love this.
We finish up with the fruit and music. We're about to get on a tuk-tuk to keep the tour going. I'm a bit worried about how rainy it is with the tuk-tuk, so we are covered up.
It's a bit sucky that it is raining so hard here.
And it doesn't seem like a tropical rain, it's just like today is gonna be rain. The rain does feel like it's getting a little bit lighter.
Don't jinx it.
Knock on wood.
Okay, let's go, everybody. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Get one for yourself. You see Lamborghini. Hello.
Xin chào. At Coconut Island, we got to learn a lot about coconuts that I had no idea about before. One thing is that Vietnamese don't look at the color of the coconut. Color defines what type of coconut it is, not whether it's ripe or not ripe. Instead, the way they determine whether it's ripe or not ripe is the weight of the coconut. And simply by feeling it with enough experience, you can determine if a coconut is ripe. What our tour guide showed us next was dehusking the coconut, and he said that if you are in Vietnam and this is your job, you need to dehusk 125 coconuts to make $1 US. That is a lot of coconuts for not many dollars. Our guide probably isn't the most experienced coconut husker, but it took him a while and it was a lot of effort. The next thing he did was crack open this coconut and show us the interior where there was a lot of coconut meat, and this is considered to be not a great coconut to eat or drink, but it is used for coconut milks and coconut oil because the meat is just so fatty at this stage. So they're explaining to us how they process the coconuts, and one of the things they can do is create candy from the coconut milk and malt made of sticky rice.
So yummy.
Another item we have here is coconut cracker. Whoa, crunchy.
That's yummy. They said it's good with tea.
Kind of like a biscuit you could have with tea.
Yeah. And then we have some things that I don't know what they are.
Looks like coconut crumble, maybe?
Tastes like ginger.
Remember, like this, in Vietnam, never drink alone. Even you are happy, you are sad, you are broken heart, don't ever drink alone. You should drink with your friends, or at least you drink with your neighbor, or maybe you drink with the strangers, but please don't drink alone. The second one, when we drink during a party, we say cheers. Okay, practice first. 1, 2, 3, yo. Okay, now, come closer, say louder. Ready? 1, 2, 3, yo! See? That's good, right?
So that was the snake happy water. It's basically like rice wine with snakes and geckos and other things inside of it.
Your breath smells like you've been on a bender.
That's rice wine. It just tastes like alcohol though. We have just refueled, having lunch, and we are now headed to Unicorn Island to see a bee farm.
They're supposed to be super tiny and they're not supposed to be very angry, so you can hold them in your hand as long as you're not smoking a cigarette, because that will make them angry.
It is raining though, so I don't know what the experience is going to be like.
Yeah, I'm thinking they probably won't be flying around because they can't really fly in the rain, I thought, but I think we get to try the local honey, which will be cool.
We'll see.
Sticks to my legs so bad.
25. Here we don't have winter, we don't have autumn. So that's why the bees, they could get honey at all the time. So that's why they don't need to protect the honey. See that? Very good, right?
Yo, go.
So we just got to try some honey straight from the comb.
So cool. The bees here are so small.
And they don't seem to care. Basically, our guide was explaining to us that because it's warm or warmer weather here, it's just summer all the time, the flowers are growing all the time. They don't have fall or winter.
The honey's not scarce to them, so they can make it all year round, so they don't care if you take some of it. Whereas like back home, I think they are trying to hoard their honey so
More
that they have
protective.
enough.
Yeah, super interesting. And the bees were very friendly.
Yeah.
The guy just blew on them to make way for where we
finger?
could get the honey, and then there you go.
This is some honey tea with honey kumquat juice.
And bee pollen.
Yum.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like this would be so good for you if you have like a sore throat.
Yeah, that's kind of what it tastes like. It's got like a sweetness too from the kumquat.
It's, well, and the honey. Our tour guide has told us 3 times that after we're done with our tea, he's gonna show us something, but we can't be scared and we can't scream and we can't run away. And he said those exact words 3 times to us. And the more he says, don't be scared, the more I'm getting scared. What is he gonna show us?
We found out what it is.
It is a massive snake.
It's heavy. Oh, it's really strong. Well, I can see why some people would run away from that.
Ooh, that was a big snake.
Okay, let's go.
And just like that, the brunt of the tour is over.
We have one more pagoda to go to. It's a short 5-minute drive away. And that's our last stop of the tour. And it's starting to rain more again.
We've made it to the final stop of the tour. One thing that's very interesting about this pagoda is that it was built in 1907 when France had colonized Vietnam. So the design of it, while the religion and everything is for the Vietnamese, the design is more Western.
It's supposed to be a blend of both Western and Eastern styles. And they have a lot of different types of Buddhas. So they have the standing one, and they have the happy Buddha, they have a resting Buddha, and they also have like a female Buddha, so very cool.
And tons of bonsai trees. That was our Mekong Delta experience.
Although it was really rainy, it was still one of my favorite tours that we've done so far. It was so cool to get to try all the different fruits and foods, and everything we saw was so fun.
I even held a snake. Kind of crazy.
See you in the next one.